up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been over a year since the last video we put up. The Rona done messed up everything for everybody, but we're back now, and today we got the Taurus GX4. Check this out. This is Taurus's new little micro compact offering to compete with the likes of the 365 and the Hellcat and the 43X and all those fun ones. Safety check. Unloaded. We're good and clear here, so nice. Alright, so to get started here, first and foremost, I do want to let you know this is plus P rated. So your carry ammo, my carry ammo is Federal HST 124 grain plus P. So if that is what you carry, or whatever plus P rounds you carry, throw that bad boy in there, you're alright. Now, of course, the owner's manual does not recommend training or putting a whole lot of plus P rounds through it, because it can cause excessive wear on your firearm. That being said, it is rated for it. But then again, if you're rich enough to practice with carry ammo, you probably are rich enough to just buy a new gun when it gets wore out anyway, right? Cool. So for some of you lefties out there, since we're talking about this being a viable carry option, you're probably wondering, yeah, but how is it designed for me? So the magazine release is reversible. All right, you can pop that bad boy out of there, flip to the other side, wham, bam, there you are. All right, and the only thing is, though, the slide stop side release is not reversible. Womp womp. So, but you still have your manual operation here. Now, moving on to some other features of it, we do have steel sights. That's pretty cool. It is a white front with blacked out rear, but it is steel. So out of the box, it's a lot better than the Glock polymer, you know. It'll put up to more of a beating. But you can replace these with any Glock pattern sights, so that's also pretty nifty. You know, I prefer the XS big dots. I know there's a whole lot of with the Trijicon HD fans out there. Let me know your favorites in the comments. Tell me what you got. We'll start a nice little debate in there. Keep it friendly. Keep it sassy. I don't care. Now, the stipple on here, I gotta say, I really like it. The stipple on here is fantastic. It feels really good. It's not aggressive. I don't know if any of you have ever carried a CZ or shot one of those. It's a very aggressive stipple. It's just big and deep, and it just pokes you. But this is nice. It's not very aggressive, but it sticks to you. It feels really good in your hands. You know, it feels like you can hold on to it, especially since it's a small little firearm. Now, it kind of reminds me of, like the Springfield Hellcat, or if you've had your hands on one yet, the Ruger Max 9. Although I know that's pretty new to the market, so I don't know if you've seen one of these. In fact, this is the first one that came into my gun shop, and they hadn't had another one come in for like a month or so after that. But I saw it and I snagged it because I thought it was neat and thought it'd make for a cool review, especially since the market's catching up to all those things like the Hellcat and the 365. But the stipple's fantastic, and one thing that I do like too is it has the index points on both sides. So I like the index points because it helps my thumb. So I get a little bit more grip there with my thumb. It's not slipping out under recoil. You know, it sticks. But the other side, I like it for my index for my trigger finger because it gives me somewhere I can feel, and it's just in my brain. It's in my memory. It is there. That is where my finger goes. And I really like that. But again, for you lefties, so if you switch it over here, you got a nice little thumb index point on your support side and a trigger finger index point on your strong side. So pretty cool. I think they did a good job with that, and it's got a tiny little shelf. It's really not much of a shelf. You know, a lot of people get those shelves cut into their Glock frames, which I'm sure helps a lot, but you don't really have a whole lot of gun here. But it'd be a little shelf. So your thumb does kind of, or your thumb kind of sinks into it pretty good. So it's fantastic. I like it, especially during live fire. I felt pretty stable with my shooting hand, and it didn't feel like it was slipping all over the place. So hey, so going back to shooting this, it does have a wide trigger safety. So if you can kind of see here, it is almost the size of the entire trigger. My hand got in the way there. That wasn't smart, was it? So it's really comfortable to shoot. You don't feel it. Like the Glock ones are very, the Glock finger, Glock bite, whatever it is down there. Your finger gets sore after a while. But this is very comfortable to shoot. It's very smooth. You know, when you put your finger on there, it just sinks right away. And I think being so wide is what also makes it very, very comfortable. Like, it doesn't really feel like there's a safety there at all, which that's pretty cool. Although I haven't had any issues with the trigger safeties. So, but this is definitely the most comfortable one I've ever had, I think. Now, the trigger brake is actually really good, I think. So again, we're good and safe here. So it's, I like it. And it's nice and audible. It's very solid. And there's not a lot of take up. It's very little, and it's right to the wall. It's in wall, and then solid right through it. Check that out. Now the reset is audible, and it's kind of short. It's not bad. And then it's right to the wall. Boom. Rapid follow-up shots, and even slow, steady shooting. The trigger just feels good. You know, have I felt better triggers out of the box? Yeah. Have I felt worse triggers out of the box? Absolutely. This though, you know, I wouldn't, an upgrade wouldn't be my first concern at all. It probably wouldn't be my third or fourth concern either. I mean, it has a 3.06 inch barrel, so you could imagine with such a small frame and such a small barrel on it. I mean, that's not much there, you know. Such a small barrel, that thing's, it's popping. But recoil can be overcome with proper grip technique and proper grip pressure. Don't forget about them pinkies, they matter. But not unbearable. I mean, I enjoy shooting this. It's fun to shoot, and I could shoot it all day. I wouldn't be worried about shooting this to a class, like an all-day pistol class. I would take this to it. So whatever that's worth to you. So from the factory, it comes with two 11-round magazines, which is fantastic when you think about it from a capacity standpoint. Two 11-round mags. You get 22 rounds on it, and it'd be a little gun like this, and these will drop in your pocket real easily. So it's nice. The downside to that, though, is they do sit flush. So for concealed purposes, it's really nice that it sits flush. It's short, but it doesn't give you much to hold on to. And having that pinky grip there is important. Now me, I have little Whopper Junior hands, so I can get all my fingers on there comfortably enough to maintain it under fire. But some of you, you know, big old grizzly bear hands will probably be sitting there like this. So it doesn't give you any extra. They don't have a pinky extension on either of them. It just comes flush like this. Now, they do have 13-round magazines available. You can buy those from the Taurus website. Additionally, you can also get the +2 magazine adapter and have 13 rounds. Pick up that extension. It's $11 on the Taurus website, and it gives you +2. All right, turns your 11-round magazine into a 13-round magazine. Comes with the base plate and the spring for you, but it's fantastic. It works solid. I haven't had any issues with it. I shoot out of this one a lot, and no issues feeding, no issues with the magazine retention. Hasn't popped off on me, so it seems to be pretty solid. But then, as you can see here, it does give you a bit of an extension. So if you do have those larger hands, this is probably going to be better for you. And it still is going to conceal very well because overall it's still pretty short. And one thing I do want to touch on also is it comes with extra back straps. So you have, this is a small one, and this is the large one. So I tested them out here. This one, it just has more of a hump. That's what it is. It's more of a hump. And I like the large one because it feels like it fills my palm better, to be honest. And it feels like it can get nice and tight, or nice and high and tight under the beaver tail. Now, if you do have big old meaty hands, watch yourself because it might get you. All right, you're gonna have a bad day. But again, I got small little hands, so I fit under here quite well. It does require this. I thought this was neat. At least it's fun to look at. It does require a tool to break down. So you can use a flathead, but Taurus is kind enough to send you this itty bitty micro GX4. This is your breakdown tool. Just put this boy in here, turn it, follow your owner's manual. Honestly, I'm not going to take the time to break it down. But follow your owner's manual. You just twist that and it just pops right off. It's not too hard to do, so I don't mind it. But like I said, it's cool. It's neat. It's a little mini GX4. Little pew-pews. Little pew-pews. So overall, I think it's a fantastic little gun. I have a little over 500 rounds through it now. And I think I had 2 or 3 failure to feeds early on. But that was right out of the box. I didn't clean it. I didn't lube it. I just took it out of the box, took it to the range, and just started blasting. And so I'm not mad about that. But that was within the first 50, I think. And since then, it's been solid. I haven't had any issues. There's no stoppages, no failure to feeds with either the extended magazine with that replacement spring or the standard magazine at all. It's functioned very well for me. You know, slide lock works, except for the times when my I ride my hands really high, so it's not uncommon for me to press that and keep it from stopping the slide when my magazine runs dry. But you know, it works. It works well. Now, the first thing I would recommend upgrading, at least for myself, is the sights. All right, I kind of touched on it a little bit. As I mentioned, any Glock pattern sight. Um, Second thing I would recommend if you're going to pick this up is buy that plus two. It's 11 bucks. I mean, really, there's no reason not to. But MSRP under 400, so you can definitely find it cheaper. You know, one thing I would like to see is an optics ready version. I think that would be cool. But like the Hollow Sun 507K, 407K would sit cool on here. You might have the real estate for the Trijicon RMRCC, but you're gonna have to get it milled because that is actually the same length as the traditional one. It's just thinner. So you're gonna have to get that milled. It's not gonna come as a standard footprint. Now, I know some of you probably have your Taurus G2s and G3Cs, and you're like, not getting rid of mine. How is this any better? It is going to be smaller overall. It's going to be a little bit smaller. Now, once you get this 13-round magazine in there, not really. It's not going to be much smaller. Capacity-wise, yeah, they're the same. You know, you're not going to see a difference there, really. But it's one of those things that if you have one, or if you were tossed up, if you're thinking about getting a G2, G3C, take a look at the GX4, see what you think. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think about this compared to the Taurus G2, G3C? But also let me know your thoughts about this versus like the 365 or the Hellcat, Ruger Max 9, all those new micro compacts that are out on the market this is competing with. So what do you guys think? Does this stack up to them? Does it not? Let me know your opinions below. If there's anything you guys want to see, leave a comment down below. I'm going to try to get to everybody as best I can. We do have a new video coming out soon of the the CZ P10M. It's a neat little pistol from CZ that just recently started importing. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, sign up for those notifications so that you can be alerted when that new video drops in the next couple of days. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys checking out this video. I appreciate your time, and don't forget to check out the social medias. We'll catch you on the next video.